Welcome, Tomer from sourcingmonster.com. Today we're going to make a video which is part 2 about product research. In part 1 I covered what is the mindset and how you should approach product research, which is the most important thing. How you should really research and come with the mindset of a pro, that you are going to really know everything about the product that you are sourcing. And after you know and you have confidence about the product and you know it from zero to pretty much to know everything about it, reading product reviews and figuring out what are the bad things in a product, only then you can actually source it and come up with giving more value. Because if you know the issues or the problems that are with the current products in the market, only then you can come and make a better version or better product than the others on the market. And that's the only way to really be in the game for the long run, for the long term. Because if you just make some regular products like the rest, maybe you can, if you have a good marketing and you know how to do a good copywriting, yes, you can really sell and make some, couple of good months. But for the long term, people realize the same product, it will be a price war between you and the rest of the Amazon sellers, and it will not really be a unique product that is really bringing a change or value to the market. So you can still do that. I'm not saying not, but my approach, the way I do things, is I want to make a good product, so the rest of the things will be very easy. Marketing will be easy if you have a great product. Selling would be easy. Everything would just be easier because you have a better product. So that's the mindset you should come up with. And you can actually, I will include a link to part 1 at the bottom of this video, so you can watch it. Now we are going to I'm going to cover how you actually do it. What are the things and the tools that you would need, and a checklist that I go with to determine whether, you have a good idea, it's something that is worth checking with suppliers and getting into a better research. So let's jump on to the video. Let's go here. This is part 1, which we covered last time, and now we're going to go over what I'll show in this video, which is part 2. And so we will do a real product research together. I will cover, when we do that, what tools you'll need to do that product research. And the second thing, my requirements and checklist for a good product research, which I'm going to show here. These are the requirements that are on our electronic, etc. So let's just start with product research. What tools you'll need? Okay, so there are two, I would say, dominating tools in the market right now, which are Jungle Scout and Helium 10. At the beginning, when I started my Amazon business a year and a half ago, Jungle Scout was the leader. Right now it looks like Helium 10 is becoming more popular because they are offering more features, and I'm using most of the time only Helium 10 for most of my tasks, because they give you a tool for profit, which give you and organize everything in a very nice way, that every morning when you open your Helium 10 dashboard, you can see how much you made profit for each item, instead of going and checking, okay, what were the PPC expenses, what were my cost of goods expenses, and all of that. This is doing it for you automatically, so that's a great thing. They also have a very nice tools like Cerebro. Cerebro is actually a tool that you put an ASIN, you put a product that is already selling on Amazon in that tool, and it will give you a list of all the keywords that this product is basically ranked for. That's a huge thing, because you can spy and see what other keywords other products are selling, and that's something that by itself, when I started, wasn't really exist. And while I was continuing in my journey selling on Amazon, I came across this tool and started to use it, and it's amazing. There is another tool, I think, for listing optimization. It's really one stop for all your needs as far as what you need to sell on Amazon. So I use the Helium 10 subscription. I think it's $97 or $90. If you want, you can check a link at the bottom of this video, which will give you a little discount for your first month. It's affiliate link, so once you actually buy through this link, you support me, you support the channel. but obviously you can just go to the website itself if you don't want to use the affiliate link and just purchase it. Helium 10 is really the #1 tool. Next tool, and I will also show that you don't really need to subscribe to Helium 10 package if you want to use their extension, which is related to product research. The second tool is the Jungle Scout. The Jungle Scout is an extension that is also, I'm using it till this day to do a product research only. I'm not using their other tools. And the last thing that you use is a cloud-based notepad. Like for example, I use Evernote. You can use Google Sheets. You can do anything that is cloud-based that you can really, so the data is saved. And a regular notepad, yeah, you can do it on your desktop, but let's say you cannot really access it from different computers. So I like to use Evernote because it's saved and I can really check that note from any device, from my phone, from a different computers, at work, here. So that's, and why you would want to put a note, because sometimes your time is limited. I only had like 1 hour in the morning to do a product research. So when I did a product research, sometimes I had to stop working and just do other things. And obviously the next day or next time I would come to do the product research, I want to know where I left. And that's super important, to be productive and organized. That saved me. At the beginning I didn't do it, and you know, it was really a mess, and I spent a lot of time, okay, where is the last time, or what is the last point that I did in my product research? So that's definitely productivity. It's not really something that will help you find good products or not, but it will help you be more productive. Also, I like to put in the notes an examples of good listings that even though it's not really related to product research, but when you do product research, you came across good listings, like as far as the pictures or the copywriting. So I like to keep it and save it in a note, so when I actually need it for copywriting or for images, which is at the later stage when you actually source the product, then of course it's handy and it's saved and it's very easy to pull. So let's start and do a real product research. I'll show you how I start when I'm looking for new products. So let's just open, and before we start, I will show you how these extensions work. This is the Helium 10 extension, and let's just type a very just a simple keyword here, so I can show you how the tools are working. So let's just write iPhone 10 case. Okay. Okay. So you will have obviously results of items that are selling right now on Amazon, and we're gonna click on the Helium 10 extension. For now, this is a free extension, by the way. You don't have to pay in order to do a product research. You only need to pay Helium 10 if you are, I would say I would subscribe only if I have like 1 or 2 or 3, and I think they actually have a free plan that will allow you to do some basic things. So definitely don't pay for their tool until you know that you are selling, you have some profits, and you know that you're 100% committed to that. At the other end, if you want to be even more serious and want to commit, buy the tool. That will put pressure on you. Will tell, okay, I'm serious, tell your mind, I want to do that, I want to sell on Amazon. And if you commit to something and you pay already, that will put you in more pressure to source and do things and take action. So 2 approaches to that. It really depends how your mind or how the way that you do things. But when you actually do the x-ray, and it's very slow today, I think it's something with my computer because I record video and doing multiple things. But when you can see a couple of things. So you can see here the price of the items that these products are selling. You see the FBA fees. Obviously, if Amazon ship and sell something on your behalf and it's shipping from Amazon warehouses and all of that, there are fees associated with it. So here it's showing you the FBA fees. Here you see how many sales they have every month. Here you see the graph with their sales. So you see that sometimes it's going down, sometimes up, down, up. So this is sometimes useful. Here you see how much they make a month as far as revenue. And you see this one make 196. And it's pretty slow, but because again I'm recording the video here, but you can see here the BSR. BSR is bestseller ranking. It will tell you the lower the number, that means that the higher the sales volume that they have. So you obviously as a seller, you want your number to be the lowest possible. And it's a good metric to look at, but for me it's not that important. The rating, that's the rating of the reviews, the review count. You can see here how many reviews they have. It's something that we will use and check when we do product research. So I like to check the reviews, I like to check the revenue, and I like to check the sales. These are the three things when I check first when I do product research, and that's the Helium 10. Let's just close this one and run the Jungle Scout. The Jungle Scout is kind of similar. Okay, so I'm logged back into the system, and let's just go back here so we can run the Helium 10. I'm sorry, the Jungle Scout extension. It's similar, and I think that Helium 10, they stole the interface or copied it kind of from Jungle Scout. But I'm more used to the Jungle Scout because that's how I started to do the product research. I think it's like $70 or $100 for the pro, a one-time fee, and then you have your extension for life. So that's how the Jungle Scout, you're gonna click on it and it will do its thing. We have to wait for the numbers, it's very slow. I'll pause the video for a moment because it's very, very slow, and then come back once the results are showing. Okay, looks like it's they've done. So the first thing after this done, I always like to sort it by the monthly revenue from high to low. So that's how I can see the depth, and if there is any meat in the market, I call it, and there is a lot, like there is a money to take from other sellers. This is really a good thing to see, because if you see the first result making 90, 89, 85, 81, 73, that means that if you come up with a good product here, you can eat 5,000 from this guy, 10 from here, 5 from here, 10. There is enough room to another play. Obviously, this is a very, very saturated market, and I will give my criteria and the requirements when I check for good product. But that was just a brief about the tools, how they work. And now when we do a product, like we will do together a product research, you will see how I'm actually using the tools. I will use the Jungle Scout, but you can do the same task with the Helium 10 because it's free, so you can try it, and then if you like and you think that you're serious, get the Jungle Scout or use the Helium 10. It really depends on what is your preference, how you like the tools better, but basically they are doing the same thing, both of them. So let's start. I will have my Evernote here opened, and I will open a new note, and let's call it product research. And let's just start, okay? The way I start is, when I started to sell on Amazon, I just went to items that I know. And so I sell jewelry in life, so I went to the jewelry category, like the tools and all of that, and I started. But for now, let's just take an example. You can actually just look around your home and just find an item. It not necessarily means that you're gonna sell that item, but we want to start with an item so we can go through to other products through this item, and I'll show what I mean. It sounds a little confusing. So let's just, for example, I don't know, let's just go and write umbrella, windproof. Okay, so what I do now, once I actually put the initiate keyword, like the first keyword, I want to scroll down and just find an item that the main picture doesn't really look that good, but they have enough volume or enough sales volume. Why I don't want a good picture? Because if my process is to find a seller that is selling a lot, but their picture is not good, and then browse through their other items that they sell and find opportunity to bring a better product to the market. And And if I will go to a high selling item that have really good main picture, very good copywriting, it will be very hard for me to enter to the market. It will be not that easy. So that's why I'm looking for not a really good optimized picture, but still that I'll make some money. Okay, so let's just sort it by revenue. And let's just scroll through the pictures here. So this one just have a picture of the actual, umbrella. So that might be good. It looks like they know what they are doing because they are the best sellers. And they have here like a very good, looks like a copywriting, and they have a video here. That means that they have brand registry. So they kind of know what they're doing. So I'll try to go to like more beginner, or less experienced sellers here, or new items. This one only have 176 reviews, already sell 45,000. Let's see what they're selling. Okay, but they're offering a 2-pack. Let's open the item, and based on what I see, it might be a good competitor or not, but the only way to do it is just to go here and see what other items they have. Now you don't want to click on the brand name here, you want to click on their seller account name and who is being sold by, because only that way you will find what other products they have and they are selling. We're going to go to the storefront here and we'll start looking at what other items they sell. So it looks like they don't have a lot of products. Based on the reviews, the amount of reviews they had for this one, it looked like it's not really an experienced seller or really top seller, even though they sell 50,000 a month. That's good numbers, so they're not that beginners. So we still want to see if there is opportunity for us to get and have other items that they sell. Let's do the Jungle Scout extension again, let it load, and let's see what are the numbers for the other products they sell. We know already the compact, this one sells for 44,000. The rest of the items that they sell are 0. So it's either they're new, or it doesn't look like it. I know this one have 68, 42, 23 reviews, 6, not 29. So it looks like it's items that they tried to sell but didn't really work, and they're only focusing on this one. And this one is too saturated, umbrella. So I'm not gonna get into a market that like exploded, I want to get in a market that I can bring value, and it's not really a war between the sellers about, buyers. So let's just try to find a different seller here. This one 277 reviews. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. That's the seller, and it's sold by Super A+, or that's the brand Ubor, and the seller is Super A+. Looks like based on the number of ratings that they have some good products that they sell. Let's wait it to load here. Okay, so it's done loading. Let's just click on the Jungle Scout extension here, and let's check their numbers here, how much they sell. Okay, so it looks like they have some good products that are selling. If you sort by the monthly revenue from high to low, you see that they have this scale selling for $17, 45,000 a month. Then they have the umbrella, another scale, clock, another scale, car window shade. Okay, this one sounds interesting. And why I will go at the later at the second part of this video about the requirements, what I do and what I not. And actually now when we do it, it might be a good time to cover this. So first of all, I don't like to go with electronics. Why I don't like electronics? Because electronics have high chance of people don't know how to use it. There is a chance of people not reading the instructions. It involves batteries sometimes, most of the time it involves batteries and many components, and it's just too high of a risk for me. I'm not saying electronics are not good opportunity, but I would say that at least in your first year, 2 years, You want to focus and put your money, since it's limited, on things that are less complicated, or the chance of them having problems or bad reviews is lower. So that's why I don't do electronics for now. And the same with glass. Glass, it's something that might break, or very hard to operate it, or complicated items, like for example, I don't know, like special machinery that requires special skills. It might look to people easy, but when they actually get it, it's very hard to operate, and they most likely will return it. So you want to go with things that are very easy to use, very self-explanatory, and high chance of people keeping the item and not returning it. Main image opportunity. Main image opportunity I will cover at the later stage. That means that we want to make sure that the keyword that we are going after, the search results, the main images, you have an option or a way to get into it and differentiate yourself and make a better, or a picture that will stand out, will attract people to click on it. I will show real live how it's done. Also, keyword test. We want to make sure that there is enough volume for the keyword that we are going after, or the product. Some products, only 100 people searching for it a month, and obviously there is no enough room for us to make money. We want to have at least 2,000 searches or 1,500. There is no black and white, because you can have an item that has only 1,000 searches, but the selling price is $60. So, you know, the item that you're gonna sell is $40, $50, $60. The margin or the profit per product is high. So even if you sell less units, at the end you're gonna make a lot of money. So whatever the numbers or the requirements that I have here are always, they are not really black and white. There is a room for judgment, a room for exceptions, and you really have to think and have a common sense. Monthly sales depth, it's very similar to the keyword test, just that you will see numbers. You want to see here on the graph that most of the sellers, at least the first 5, are making above like 10,000. So we have enough room to make money. Yeah, if you want to sell an item that you want to make for an item a revenue per month that is only 5,000, that then means that the first 5 results would be 5,000. It's fine. But for me, I want to make at least 10 to 20, 30,000 every month revenue from a new product that I'm entering to the market. Of course, when you are a beginner, you want to do a smaller goals. Review activity. We want to make sure that the item that we're going after, when we do the Jungle Scout extension, that the review rating and the numbers of reviews are not like 10, 20, 30, 45 for all of them. We want to see that there is activity. There are people with 400, 300, 100, 70, 60. That's a really telling us that it's a product that is selling. People leaving review for these products, and it's something that some people show. No, get only into markets that are not too saturated as far as reviews. And in my opinion, it's wrong, because I had at the beginner, I went to a market that's all the first or the items in the search results were like 1,600, 1,500, 400 reviews, 300. People taught me not to do it, but I said I can come with a better product in the market. So as long as you come with a really good product, you have nothing to worry about the reviews count. That's really BS. Profit margin, this we will cover later. How we want to have that, or check that we have enough room, that we're making enough money. I would say the minimum would be 30%. But obviously the higher you go is better. Because you will have more room to compete as far as PPC expenses and be more aggressive when you actually start to sell. Seasonal. We don't want to go with seasonal products. I'm looking for a product that sells all year round. Of course, I'm trying to find an item that will also sell good during the holidays, because by the holidays, an item that is giftable will sell like crazy, like 6 times, 5 times higher than what you normally sell in a regular month. Next thing, patented. After you do all these things and there is a good product in your opinion, and you just want to get started and contact suppliers and check in the market if it sells or not, you want to actually check if it's patented or not. You don't want to get into checking an item or starting or sourcing an item and then realize it's patented, because Amazon will remove it in an instant. They will remove it. You're also risking yourself getting a lawsuit here. So that's something that you should do at the beginning and say yourself, Eric, at a later stage. Let's just start and continue where we left on a product. So based on the requirements here, we said we don't do electronics. I'm sorry, this is the item. We don't do electronics. So these items for now, other than the umbrella, which is saturated, we're not gonna do because it has it doesn't really meet our requirements. But this one, the window shade, might work for us. Because it's very easy to operate, very easy item to do, and what I want to do now is just go and search for the main keyword. Normally it will be at the beginning, and you also have to really have a common sense here. Sometimes it will not be at the beginning, but based on the item, you should really understand what is that item for. And if you don't understand, maybe it's too complicated, just move to the next one. But here it's very obvious that it's car window shade. That's the main keyword. That's the main name for the product. I'm gonna go over to all departments and search for the keyword. Okay, so now I would run the Jungle Scout again. I'll let it load. Sometimes it's a little slow. Pause the video until it's fully loaded, and then we come back. Okay, it's back, and to be honest, after looking at it, it looks like a very saturated market. I'm not sure if I'm gonna enter into a market like that or not, but at the beginning I also like to remove the sponsored links here at the top, and just so I can see that the real organic items here. So let's check here. Sun safety car window. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. It's a mix of an item. So to me, it's let me review also the items that we find here. So it's a windshield, and yeah, you have one for the windows. You have one that is for with the heat alert. You have this one for the windshield. You have here for the car window. You have here for the windshield. It might be a good product, and I'll tell you why it might be a good product. I always look for opportunity to make a better image opportunity. So let's check based on the requirements. Okay, let's scroll down and see whether it's good. It's electronic? No. It's complicated or hard to operate? No, it's not. Main image opportunity. What is main image opportunity? I try to see if I can come up with a better image. So if I take this one, this picture, and I put it like in a box, I will be different. And what do I mean put it in a box? So let's go here, show you what I mean. Let's write, for example, hand cream, because this is a product that might have packaging in it. Okay, so you see this is the actual product, but they also included here the box, the way that it's come with. So that's a way for us to create a differentiation and market ourselves differently than the market. Or if this is a good example too. This is the actual bottle or the actual, cream. And it comes inside this like cardboard, carton or packaging. So this is a way to make the picture more appealing. So what I will do, and this is for me the main opportunity image here, it is existing. Why? Because I create like a packaging, and I can also put like the actual the actual product, the window shade there, and create myself like, and also include it with some other things, and create a different image with colors. They are all black. I can create like something very unique that will stand out from the crowd, stand out from the other products in the market. So for me, yes, it has a good product opportunity. Now keyword test. How do I check it? Okay, so I like to take this keyword, and it's not like I go to Helium 10, and on Helium 10 I will go to a tool that is called a magnet, which is keyword research, and I will simply put the keyword there and get keyword. It will give me the search volume for the keyword. Let's wait for it a moment. Okay, it's done. Alright, so this one has 15,611. It's passing the keyword test. Now, look, as beginner, I wouldn't go into that product. I would go to something that has like 3, 2, 4, 1,000. I'm not saying that you cannot make it as your first product, but obviously you want to make sure that you go to a market that is less saturated, less competition and surge volume. But for me, just for the sake of the criteria and the requirement, it's passed. It has more than 2,000, so we are good. Monthly sales depth. We want to check what we just explained, that it has enough sales, which we checked. The first 10 listings there made like 40,000, 30,000, 50, you see, so it's passed obviously. The review activity also, all of them like have 7,000, 11, 52, 44, 04, 283. This one, page 1, only with 19 reviews. Obviously they're not making any money here, but it might be that if it's a very unique item, it's a very new item, and it's only starting, so that's normal. But they're already selling 6 a month, 6 a day, I'm sorry, and yeah, it's past that requirement. Profit margin. This is the way to check the profit margin is I will go to a product that, first of all, I will check what is the average price. I see that all of them kind of the same, so I will go to not the highest one and not the cheapest one as far as price, and let's go to the one that is 1380, for example. I will click on it, and that will open the product page. And on the product page, if you have the Helium 10 extension installed, you will have a profit margin calculator. I will wait here for it to load. It's only loading after the page is fully loaded. You see it says loading. And again, some of the tools are very slow now because I'm recording the video. But let's go here to profitability calculator. And when you actually open it, it will put you some numbers. Here it's the selling price. But if you're intending to sell it for $15, you can change it here to $15. I will put it back as the price that they are selling it, so I can check what is the cost of this item. Okay, unit manufacturing cost. This one, let's say for example I checked with suppliers and it looks like I can get it for $1.50. Okay, so if I can get it for $1.50, I will move this. I will put just $2 including shipping. That means that the fees here, FBA fee, because of the size of the item, it's kind of a big one. It's 20 inches by 5.5 by, I'm sorry, by 5.5 and 1.77 inches. That means the FBA fees are very high here. It's like $10. So that means that $10 plus the 2 would only leave me $1 profit margin or $1 profit without the PPC expenses. The margin here is 7.4. Obviously I don't make any money here and it's too saturated. When I see that, immediately I will say no, because based on the selling, most of the top 10 or only top 10, they are not exceeding it, except this one, the $15. And if the FBA fees, let's check another product here on the search results just to be sure. But if it's $10 just for the FBA fees, there's no room for me to make any money. You need to make at least $7-8 a profit, in my opinion, in order to really get into that adventure, or even like think about contacting suppliers and do your more research, because it might be a waste of time. So we're gonna click on that one, and here something funny, not funny but something interesting. The FBA fees are 2.5 plus 3.30. Let's say it's 5.80. Okay, so 5.80, it's not like $10. That's a huge difference. And what the reason? Because of the size of the item. They are maybe squeezing it, maybe they are folding it, and that's a good thing to see. So that's why I opened another item. And let's pretend that this one, we can get it for $3.40, the manufacturing cost. And we sell it for, let's say, $15. It will still give us a margin of 40.4. So based on that, I will, just to be sure, open another item here to see if the other one fees were just too high or what was the case, okay? So we'll open another one here and just check that and confirm. Because if you did only one product, it might confuse you. It might be a wrong information or data that they put in order to, I'm not sure why it's happening, but it did just provided the wrong numbers. So let's check here. Let the tool load. Sorry, it's really slow. Obviously, if I'm not doing product research on that computer, I have a better computer that have a very high CPU and memory. But let's see here. Yeah, it looks like the FBA and referral fees very not like the other one, $10. So that makes sense. That will allow me actually to maybe source this product. So we see here we're gonna remove. I don't like to estimate the freight cost here. I like to do it to edit here. So let's say it's $4 total cost with shipping. Okay, we still have 36% margin, profit margin. If I wouldn't show that product, I might do a little more research. It looks like a good opportunity. Obviously, you need to come up with something that is really good, really unique, and differentiate yourself from the other market. That might cover in another video about bundling and how you can bring. Maybe I will make, it looks like I'm gonna make a part 3 for the product research and how you can actually differentiate yourself and see what are the other things that you can do to check before you enter to a market, before you actually source an item and determine if it's a go or not. So yeah, it looks like we're done for this part 2. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I would also appreciate if you can subscribe to the channel, leave a comment and like the video. That would help me grow the channel and allow me to upload and create more content for you guys. So thank you very much and take care. See you in the part 3.